Hello, citizens of YouTube. This is the Geeky Nerd here, and today we're going to be talking about something a little bit different, gun stuff, but not really. Specifically, the Mantis X3 dry fire training kit. But before I begin, I'd like to send a big thank you out to everyone who has liked, commented, and subscribed on the previous videos. I always appreciate it and always enjoy talking to you guys. But if you're new here to the channel, welcome. And if you enjoy this video, enjoy this type of content, please consider liking, commenting, and/or subscribing. With the PR out the way, let's get into it. So this is, as I said, the Mantis X3, and it is basically your private range at home. And one of the reasons that I got this is after going to a few range trips, I realized that very proficient rifle can use a pistol. Not as proficient as I would like, right? Considering ammo costs money, and just really had to kind of hone those certain skills and just really figure out where weaknesses or inadequacies are. Thought it'd be good to get some data points, right? Because without data, it isn't validated. So that's where I started looking, and I landed on the Mantis X3. Now, the Mantis X3 comes in this nice little box here, right, with a little carry case. Nice carry case, right? I mean, it's cheap, but it's works, right? A little foam insert, little USB. It is not USB-C. It is just USB, micro USB. So that's okay, I guess, right? Wish it was USB-C, but that's an improvement, I would say. But very much, guys, at the end of the day, all this is really just a Bluetooth accelerometer. That's really all it is. Obviously, it has a little bit of magic in there, and the app, integrates with it nicely, and it does have some performance pieces, right? But really, at the end of the day, it's just a Bluetooth-enabled accelerometer. But that's not necessarily a bad thing. Just telling you what technology is, right? Because people are like, "Oh, it's magic." It's like, no, it's just basic tech, right? But looking at it here at the unit, you can see that it has this little spring actuated kind of quick detach, right, which I really like. Just be able to pull this down, slide on your rail, you're good to go. A little power on light, a little reset hole. I have heard people say that after a certain amount of time, you may have to do the reset. It may get like a little wonky. I haven't experienced that, at least myself, with my with this recent version. It's like version 7 something. And then there's the charging port, right? This one, the Mantis X3, difference from the Mantis X2 in that this one is live fire capable. Now, looking at them directly, I really think it's just like it might be some potting that they do in here. It is a bit more expensive. I don't really see why one is dry fire only and why this one is dry fire and live fire. But as you know, that is what they're saying. But I didn't want to risk it, so I figured I'd just get the X3. And the X10 that they have is their super deluxe model, but for the features that you're getting, I think this is really kind of that sweet spot, right middle of the road. This is only for Picatinny rails. I guess you'd say I overlooked, and I wanted to really get my USP, because the USP is the gun that I love, but I really want to get well at shooting. But one thing I realized as soon as I got this was, hey, this doesn't mount because it needs Picatinny. Obviously, USP doesn't have Picatinny, so I have a rail adapter coming for that. But next best thing, right? My HKP30L, the wick stick, but just showing how it works in here. So you just take it, just push this little plunger down, slides right on, and you can go back as far as you want, right? I usually like to try to keep it up towards the front, right? Because that's going to give you the most kind of deviation of your shots. And of course, safe gun, we do got some snap caps in here, but nothing there. So we're all good, right? But with this, and I will do a cut-in shot here in just a second, right? But you can actually see whenever you're firing the gun that it tracks all of your movements. So as you are squeezing and pulling that trigger, it'll see if you're like canting left, right, up, down. And it's really cool how it gives you some inbuilt features to say, hey, this is what you're doing, stop doing this, right? It gives you a score, and it shows you like the live data from the moment your shot is going. One thing I have noticed individually with this one is that when doing some of the drills, it doesn't recognize the shots. It does appear to be gun dependent, like on my SIG P22, 226 and 229. It seems to work fine. Any of the polymer guns that I have, it seems to potentially misregister if you're doing a quick fire. Also on this HK here, as it has like at full cock, right? After we decock, whenever you press the trigger and you let go after you fire, right? You hear that little that little first click. So I feel like it's registering that as maybe a go or maybe like a fire or something like that. So it especially on this one, it does seem to not like the quick fire follow-up shots, right? But again, it has a holster draw capability, has all these drills, and quite a few other things, right? So without further ado, I'm going to give the app a showcase here. Hey guys, so as you can see here, here's the overview of the app. There's a bunch of different settings, a bunch of different little options here. I'm just going to open training. And one thing is nice is that the device needs to calibrate first, so you set on the table here. Okay, once it's done calibrating, you know you're good to go. So then you can adjust your settings. And here, we're just going to do some open training shots. And as you're going through, you're going to see here, it's going to record each shot.
Low right 85, high 73, high 83.
And the process of recording each shot, it's then going to call out the score, and then whether it was low left, low right, high right. And then as you go through, there's various settings here. It'll show you each counter, as well as by shot, what you're doing, trigger movement or holding, what have you, and color coded as well. So again, you're getting a lot of data, a lot of information here, which is just really cool. So you see here after each fire, again, I'm just kind of generally aiming. It also has this view here, which shows you your shots and each shot and kind of how it traced it. So, and then finally, you have your live data shot, right? So you can see your angle of attack, I guess you'd say, and just your movement. It really does look crazy seeing all your minute hand movements, but you can see those differentiating factors. So just going back here, there is a few different drills here. I like the this one here, and the shoot no shoot decision one. So you kind of set your phone off in distance and it tells you the color, and then boom, you obviously don't fire because it's saying green. It was blue, so you hold, and then once you fire, it'll tell you your time, and it'll tell you and how well that shot was, right? So kind of getting that quick reaction time. You can of course do this as well with drawing out your holster and things like that to really just get your repetition in. If you couldn't tell, this is kind of one of my more favorite modes that as I'm going through it, just because it really does kind of get that, get rid of some of that jerk that some people have, that anticipation of the shot, myself included, right? And kind of get excited and just say, go now. So this kind of helps tamp that down. Looking here, you see, didn't do too great because I'm obviously was trying to record it and just see how it works, but that's the overview, I guess. Also, guys, just wanted to add one quick little add in here, is snap caps, right? So when you're doing this, of course, make sure your firearm's safe at all times, right? But strongly recommend using snap caps with this, considering you're going to be doing a lot of dry firing, and considering even though it is an HK, right? So it shouldn't really bother too much, hopefully. But with this, you don't want it to put excessive premature wear, considering you are going to put a lot of dry firing. And again, these guns are built to be able to handle that. But if you do have one particular gun like this one I'm using, highly recommend snap caps. Snap caps, they are a consumable item, right? And you can see there actually a very strong divot from where the firing pin has been repeatedly striking, right? So once it does blow through this little rubber like rubber silicone piece, you should replace it, or if the lip gets too badly messed up, right? But I'd probably say maybe like 500, maybe 1,000 right hits before it actually says it's done. But again, just highly recommend using snap caps with this. Keep your gun performing in top as it is, right? There is also a nice reload drill that you can do, right? So have the snap cap in there, boom, rack, reload, and it's good to have it just so that way you don't have to fiddle with the slide and acts as it should, right? So just wanted to add that in there, guys. So as you can see there, guys, that is the app and its kind of features, right? Definitely nice, nice metrics, good information. I've noticed for myself that it seems to perform quite well, other than that one glitch with this quick firing that I was saying earlier. One improvement or one thing I would like to do is get one of those laser activated firing pins to where it's like a snap cap, and you put it in there. As soon as you put it in there, as soon as it senses a firing pin hit it, it turns on for a second just to kind of get that visual confirmation that I'm actually hitting something, right? And of course, this does not simulate live fire, right? But the cool part, like I said, is that beyond dry fire, you can do live fire capability. So be on the lookout for my kind of just follow up after taking this to range a few times. and seeing how it performs. It'd be nice to be able to see, hey, during that live fire exercise, is it actually, well, one, keeping track, two, able to help me improve, and three, is all the dry fire time kind of adding up? It should. So it's taking it, kind of serious as it can be, right? And you have to keep repetition with this type of things, in order to keep well, because it appears to myself, especially after my last range trip a couple days ago, that your pistol skills diminish exponentially, it seems. But hopefully with this, it will stop. So let me know what you guys think. If you guys have the Mantis, if you guys looking to get one, or if you have any questions or anything further to add, put it down in the comments. I love talking with you guys. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please consider liking, commenting, and or subscribing. And I hope everyone's having a wonderful, awesome, fantastic day. And I'll catch you guys next time. See you guys.